Country Cookin'. I'm your hostess, Cindy Schumacher. On today's show, we'll be making beef stroganoff, honey glazed carrots, buttermilk biscuits, and perfect lemon pie. So we'll get started with the pie. We start out with 3 beaten egg yolks. I've got the 3 yolks here. We're gonna kind of lightly beat them. Okay. So this pie, you start out with everything, you get it all incorporated here, and then we put the boiling water in, and so it cooks really quickly, unlike some other times when you have to stir and stir and stir and stir. So we'll start out with 1.5 cups granulated sugar. This is a 1/4 cup plus 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. Fourth teaspoon of salt, and then we're going to whisk that together. Okay, we're going to slowly incorporate a 1/2 cup of water. Half cup of lemon juice. You can use fresh lemon juice if you want, or you can use real lemon or whatever. I usually use the real lemon because I don't always have lemons on hand. So 2 tablespoons of butter that I've melted. And the 3 egg yolks. I have 1.5 cups of water here in this kettle on the stove. We're going to get it boiling, and I'm going to incorporate everything as well as I can. And then as soon as the water comes to a boil, we'll put it on the stove and get it boiling. And remember, all these recipes can be found on the Valley website. If you don't have internet, give the girls a call and they'll be happy to get you a copy. The reason I chose this pie, I thought since it's March and we're kind of thinking about spring, this is a lemon meringue pie that my mom has been making for years, and it's everybody's favorite. So I thought it's something that you could use for an Easter dessert if you like, or just a special springtime dessert. So we'll take a little break while we're waiting for the water to boil. We'll be right back. Okay, my water's boiling. I'm going to gradually add it into our mixture here, and we're going to put it on like a medium heat. Now, with using the boiling water, it thickens the mixture a lot more quickly than it does when you have all your ingredients cold and you have to wait for it to heat up. So I'm going to stir this pretty much constantly until it thickens, and it'll just be a few minutes, and then we're going to get started on our beef stroganoff. We'll be right back.
Sign up for HD or DVR from Valley this month and receive 2 months free and free installation. Call us today at 437-2615. You don't want to miss out on this offer.
Okay, it's nice and thick and it's bubbling, so I've let it boil for about a minute, and now I'm going to add a 1/2 teaspoon of lemon extract. I use pure lemon extract. You can use imitation if you want. It's up to you. I'm going to incorporate that. And we're going to pour it in our prepared shell. I just got myself a new set of kettles, and I just love them. They're the ceramic inside, and food just slips right off. They're really nice. The trouble is you have to be careful what you use when so you don't scrape them. Okay, so now we're going to make the meringue. I've got the 3 egg whites here, and we're going to put in the cream of tartar. We'll beat this until it's nice and frothy. Now we're going to add 6 tablespoons of sugar. We're going to do it about a tablespoon at a time. It's important that you do it slowly so that it dissolves a little better and incorporates itself a little bit. So here we go. The stiffer you get your meringue, the better presentation it's going to make on your pie. So you want to make sure we get it nice and stiff. You want to get it so it ribbons like that. Just about ready. Okay. I'm going to start the oven at 425. We want to brown the meringue just a little bit. You can add a little lemon flavoring to your meringue if you want. I don't think it needs it, but some people do. That's your preference. I think that the pie has enough lemon flavoring between the lemon juice and the lemon flavoring. So just what I'm doing here. You want to make sure you get your meringue all the way to the edges. I usually give it just a little bit of a artwork there. It looks prettier. Okay. And we'll put it in the oven for just a few minutes, and you gotta watch closely so it doesn't burn. But we just want to get it a little bit brown. So I always put it closer to the upper burners. We'll take a break while we wait for that to brown, and then we'll get started on the beef stroganoff.
Protect your investment with Smart Farm monitoring from Valley Telecommunications. Get video surveillance cameras for your home, shop, or barn. Sign up now and receive 5% off of Clear to Their cameras and 1 month free of off-site storage.
Valley Telecommunications, the home team advantage.
Meringue is brown, so we're going to take it out. And we'll let it set. Now we're going to get started on the beef stroganoff. I'm going to use an electric skillet here, and we've got 6 tablespoons of butter. We're going to let that melt. In the meantime, we're going to dredge our beef. I've got 2 pounds of round steak, and I'm going to dredge it with a little bit of flour, 1/4 cup. I've got it cut in strips and it's tenderized, so we'll just kind of mix that in a little bit. And then we're going to add our seasonings. We need 1.5 teaspoons of salt. And 1/8 teaspoon of pepper. We have a 1/2 cup of chopped onions. Put our beef in. Okay, and we're going to pour in a 1/2 cup of water, and then we're going to cover it and let it cook till everything's nice and tender, about 45 minutes. Okay, uncover it and let that go. And now we'll start working on our biscuits. We'll start out with 2 cups of flour, 2 tablespoons of baking powder, half teaspoon of salt, eighth teaspoon of baking soda, I'm going to grab a whisk. I always like to incorporate everything really evenly. And then we're going to add our buttermilk. This is 1 cup. Plus 2 tablespoons, so I'll do that separately. If you don't have buttermilk on hand, or the store happens to be out of it at the time, remember you can always make your own buttermilk by using a cup of milk and add a tablespoon of either lemon juice or white vinegar. Remember, all these recipes can be found on the Valley website, and if you don't have internet, give the girls a call. Always works best if you just get in there with your hands and your fists and just work the dough a little bit. I've got a little extra flour that I'm going to just dust my board with. Okay, we're going to roll it out to about 1/2 inch thick. Doesn't have to be in any particular shape. And this will make anywhere from a dozen to about 14 biscuits. I use a 2-inch biscuit cutter. If you like a larger biscuit, that's perfectly fine. Whatever you'd like. And you want to just press straight down. You don't want to twist it. That'll cause it to separate as it's baking. Again. Probably about one more. I might just leave this a big one. Okay, I'm just going to check the beef stroganoff, give it a little stir. Turn it down a little bit. Okay, we're going to get the pan. We'll be right back.
Valley Telecommunications is pleased to announce that our Technology Solutions Center is fully stocked and open for business. We have a large selection to meet your wants and needs. Some of the items we currently carry are a variety of corded and cordless phones, different brands of tablets such as Kindle Fires and Apple iPads and all the accessories for them, Telekin computers, Epson and HP printers and ink cartridges, Apple iPods and accessories, office supplies, wireless keyboards and mice, cellular phones and accessories, different types of media storage, cameras, headphones, power strips and surge protectors, and much, much more. You can also get your very own Valley swag. Our prices are reasonable and comparable to any other retail store. If there is something that you want or need that we do not currently carry, please let us know so that we can check into it for you. We accept all major credit cards, cash or check. Please feel free to stop by our office and check out our new and improved store for all of your technology and day-to-day business needs.
Okay, we have a 4th cup of oil. We're going to dip our biscuits in the oil before we put them in the pan. And we want the biscuits to be touching each other. And it doesn't matter if you don't fill the pan to the sides. You just, put them in next to each other. So it looks like this. We're going to put them in a 400-degree oven, and it doesn't take too long, about 8 or 10 minutes or so. So we're going. We'll check and see how our beef is doing. It's good. Turn it up a little bit more. Okay, it'll be just a few minutes, we'll be right back. We're going to work on our beef stroganoff a little more now. Give it a stir. And then we're going to add our can of cream of mushroom soup. And our can of mushrooms and not drained. And we're going to incorporate that and then let that simmer for about 30 minutes. Okay, I'm going to start the water boiling for the noodles. I'm just using stir-fried, like medium-sized egg noodles. You can use whatever you prefer. Some people like to serve their beef stroganoff over mashed potatoes or rice. My family likes the noodles, so that's what I'm going to do. And we'll start working on our carrots. I have a pan with about 1 inch of water in, and we're going to bring that to a boil. And I have peeled and sliced all my 1 pound of carrots on a diagonal like this. So as soon as my water comes to a boil, we'll throw those in, and won't be long and we'll have our whole meal done. Be right back.
Valley Telecommunications, the home team advantage.
Okay, we're going to get the carrots going. Give it a little stir and let them get so they're just about tender. You don't want them cooked so much that they're mushy. And you can also cut them in the round. I like the diagonal. I just think it makes them look a little fancier, but if you want to cut them in the round, then sometimes they're called copper pennies. So we'll let those cook for a few minutes. And we can start our noodles. Getting just about ready to eat. Add a little bit of salt to that. Okay, now we'll at this and stir and see how it's doing. Good. The thing about beef stroganoff too is that you want to serve it nice and hot. The carrots are just about tender, so we're going to drain them. Okay, then I'm going to add the tablespoon of butter. And a tablespoon of honey. Okay, I think the biscuits are about ready. We'll pull those out of the oven. Like this. About ready, we'll put the sour cream on the beef stroganoff. 1 cup. What you want to do then is, once you get that all incorporated, heat it back up so it's good and hot before you serve it. Okay, cover that so it heats up. The carrots are done. Give them a little bit of salt and pepper. Okay, we'll give those noodles a minute. We're going to cut the pie. I usually use a glass of water when I cut through meringue just so that it doesn't stick when you're cutting. Just gives you a better looking piece of pie. Okay, looks like the noodles are done. Drain those. Okay, I think we're ready to dish. So we have our perfect lemon pie, our beef stroganoff, our honey glazed carrots, and our biscuits. Thank you for joining us on this segment of Country Cookin', and we'll see you next time.